That might be it.
Well, we are starting back at the little baby's house. We have to talk to the mom. The baby never sleeps, and we must fix it.
Aww.
How can I get him to sleep?
Oh.
So, we must choose. And we're, of course, on this stream, we will sing to our child.
Of course. Wait, this isn't your kid, right? You didn't, like, father
No,
this child?
it's our child collectively, though, right? No,
okay.
it's these two NPCs' kid, but we've helped it, we've paid its doctor's bills, we've fed it, we've gotten it to sleep, right? Like, we've done the things.
At this point, you're responsible in one way or another.
Dana, are you in the Discord?
Oh, no, I should be.
So that's done. You just missed a dialogue box, Dana. Nothing big.
That's okay.
We'll go check on the baby in a minute. This portal has been in town the whole game, but we couldn't do anything with it until we had the remote control boomerang. And now we can remote over.
That's better.
Alright. This pirate needs his bell. We are a competent adventurer. We can find the bell. Absolutely.
I'm feeling pretty darn competent these days. I don't know what's up, but kind of feeling like I'm a little competent.
Yay!
Hooray.
This is what happens when Stan lets me get a full night's sleep.
I'll tell you, when I get a full night's sleep, it's a glorious thing. Which,
right.
you know, isn't me complaining, 'cause for all accounts, she seems to sleep better than most babies, but, you know, she still wakes me up at like 3 or 4 pretty regularly. We'll do a feed, we get back to sleep, but it's still interrupting sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easier on some level when it's a baby and you know that they're helpless and you must do this. It's a different story when it's
a cat. You just get annoyed.
Well, it's moreover when it's the cat who needs me to not, like, I don't have to do anything. I just have to get up and show him that there's food in his bowl. But he can do that himself. He knows how.
He
That's
can just go look.
Yeah. It would be, it's much easier to not get frustrated with creatures that can't help it.
Yeah, I get that.
That little code we just learned from the pirate's den, by the way. I kind of glossed over it, but you might have seen a pirate do it very quickly. Let's go on inside. This is a cool track.
Oh.
It's very clearly an othered space relative to the rest of the game, and I can't decide if it's like a weird national exoticism desert thing, because it's not quite that trope.
No.
In my ears. But
This
it does
is more
sound
like Outer
very
Banks.
othered to me.
This sounds, if I were closing my eyes and not looking, I would tell you that we are in outer space with aliens.
Yeah, legit.
Part of it is the span that the melody, you know, it has that like open spaciness. Might have been some whole tone. I don't know if it was entirely whole tone, but I definitely heard a little bit of whole toniness.
Yeah.
It's that disparate between like the super high range and the really low range, and the fact that they're not a really great harmonic match for each other.
Yeah. Yeah, the kind of syncopated bass line just sort of sparsely jumping in there. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So, this puzzle, what you have to do, is carry the skull to all of the different quicksand pits. One of them is the correct one. And I have to be honest, I forget which it is, so we're just gonna have to tour around for a minute. I think it might be this one here, though. Oh, no! Oh, I fell without it, though. Oh, haha, never mind, it counted. It's the bell. Alright, so we can do this. Out we go.
Cats are so good.
Cats are amazing.
It's true.
Now, I hope we enjoyed that little weird whole tone spacey desert thing. That's the only time we're gonna hear it. We're done there now.
Yay. The end. We're gonna go see the baby?
Oh, I can show you very quickly. Here. Oh, the baby is grown up now. It's a kid.
What?
That's nice.
See, Pip has grown.
He's like a wild toddler now. I
Yeah.
love how he's just running around
No.
everywhere.
A little freaky.
So good. That's awesome.
All right. Well, we will actually see him again. This family is going to move to Labrina, Oracle of Ages, with us when we transfer our game. But yeah, it's a toddler running around now instead of a baby. All right, we've got the bell for the pirate. Oh, it's rusted. We have to go get the bell polished. Picky pirate, I did what you said.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think he could handle the polishing himself.
This isn't it, is it? I don't think so. I'm gonna check my guide. Hold on. I'm gonna check my guide on a screen that's not volcanoing at me. Alright. Smithy's over here. Yes, absolutely, Pete. I love the magnetic gloves. It's the best. Okay. The smithy will polish up the bell. It is so. If you say please, they kick you out.
I have kind of a perfect mug for Zelda because it says enjoy the journey.
Nice.
I have another one that's basically, it's the same design as this, but the inside is like a light green instead of a light blue, and it says the adventure begins. So they kind of like go together. I got this mug. I had been kind of eyeing getting this one to complement my other one for a while, but the reason I got this one was because I saw that Target had 2 of the 3 new flavors of LaCroix for summer. And I felt weird only ordering like $25 worth of LaCroix, so I threw this in the cart just to have one other thing on the pickup order. But then they were out of it and had to ship it to me, so I still ended up just getting LaCroix. But yeah.
So here's the
They're
bell
delicious.
polished. Now, did you notice while we were in that desert briefly that there was half of a pirate ship in the desert?
Yeah.
Sort of.
The other half is in Subrosia under the ground. They're caught between
Makes
the
sense.
worlds.
Tricksy.
And now we have a very cool piratey adventure song to hear. And
I
then
love
Dungeon
parody
7.
adventure songs. Is this gonna sound like Oberdin?
No, not that piratey, sadly.
Ginger Island.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is not very shanty-like.
I was gonna say, it doesn't have the right lilt to it. It is adventurous, but not very piratey.
I think that's
Captain.
fair.
Hold her steady. Shiver me timbers.
I love these pirates, by the way.
Aye aye. Yeah, they're cute.
Oh, goodness.
Little skull
Now that they're
pirates.
all sailing, look what happens to them.
We made it, Captain. Jolly Roger, go mateys. Aw. The hearts come alive. Me hearts come alive. Aye.
Is that Jolly Roger on the pirate ship the same as it was for Wario Land 1 when Wario steals everything with the pirates?
Can't
Never
tell
played
you.
it. I didn't play any Wario games ever.
Yeah, I haven't had too much Wario in my life.
Anyway, they're not used to sailing,
Wow.
so they're all going to be seasick. Yep.
Aww, that's adorable. Oh,
Oh,
Dramamine.
right?
Maybe if they'd quit spinning around, it would help, right?
Yeah, it would probably help quite a bit.
We haven't sailed since we all died.
I'm not really. Are any of you guys prone to seasickness?
No, I'm a
never.
Navy kid. I'm fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably.
It's been too
I've
long.
never had a problem with it.
All of that whole quest to have the most creative way to complete that bridge by town. Because the ship has to dock,
cute.
they're all seasick, and look, now it's a perfect bridge to the west side of the continent.
Perfect. Oh, I love it. Oh, Skyward Sword HD. Isn't
Yes.
Skyward Sword like the worst of them?
I think I'm gonna appreciate it more the second time
Right.
around, with no motion controls. And hopefully fewer tutorials from Fi, which is really what kills the momentum of that game.
I'm kind of twitching to play Ocarina of Time again this summer. I don't know why, just feeling it.
It would be really fun to like do it concurrently with reading Tim's book.
Yeah, I just need to have a copy.
Same.
I'm sorry, even with the discount, that thing's pricey.
Yeah.
It
I don't have that
is.
kind of money now.
And his first one was pricey, and I was lucky that I got a review copy. I specifically like pitched a review so that I could get a copy because I was like, I don't want to buy it.
Alright, here we go,
I love
Dungeon
Tim and I want to
7.
support Tim, but $70 was a lot for a book. And
Yeah.
this one's even more, isn't it?
Yeah, even
The-
with the discount.
The Zelda book with no discount is like 130.
Yeah.
It is a
I
lot.
just asked my library to buy them, and I will use their copies until and unless I can score a copy of my own for cheapy cheaps, because I'm not. And I say that having bought a book similarly priced at 30% off because I actually really need it, and I'm kind of regretting it because I haven't touched it. So.
Ah.
Well, I mean, I only bought it a couple of weeks ago, so. But I haven't looked at it enough to know if my purchase was warranted. I'm kind of thinking it probably wasn't, but I got greedy.
Yeah, the only time that I've spent close to that on a book was the Oxford Handbook of Music and Disability Studies, but that's like a 900-page, massive,
Yeah.
useful reference work. And that was one of those, like, I had a discount code at AMS, and it was,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I'm gonna buy it, now's the time, and
I splurged on a sale to get Edward Nowaki's Greek and Latin music theory. And I am certain that this is a book that will come in handy for the rest of my academic career.
yeah.
But did I need to own it, or could I just have used the library copy?
Right.
I hate
Yep.
buying books I haven't read yet unless I know.
Right. I'm kind of the same way. I used to have a rule at OSU that if I checked a book out a certain number of times, then I would get it.
That's legit.
My problem is I have had books checked out of my library since 2015.
Sure.
Nobody's come looking for them yet. I just keep reviewing them. So I'm kind of like, I guess I don't have to buy these yet?
Yeah.
Haha.
But I should. It's just that some of them I haven't read yet, which is terrible. They've literally been sitting in my home office for 6 years. Haven't done much with them.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Alright. Curse number 1 is dispelled. If you're frame perfect, by the way, it is possible to navigate this whole space by the time those 4 torches go out, but I'm not willing to save state to do it on stream and, like, brag or anything. We're just gonna play it the normal way.
Yeah,
I got Tim's book because I
there's
did
so
a
many
review for
Zeldas.
Intellect Press, by the way. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen, you're horrible apparently for holding on to books that long.
Well,
so
look,
saith Andrew.
if anybody, any student, any professor, anybody had ever recalled them, I would have turned them back in.
Right.
Nobody has, and
I get it.
I've been working. Well, I mean, a lot of them honestly were for writing the book that's now coming out.
Yeah, so you'll be able to do a nice cathartic return.
Yeah, but until the proofs officially go back in, which hasn't really happened yet, I don't want to get rid of some of those, especially these days when I don't have library access, really.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the problem, is that so many of my projects are ongoing and intertwined in ways that don't make it easy for me to turn books back in.
Yeah.
That, and I'm a freaking hoarder.
I actually bought a few things just to have like a local copy here for my disability seminar, and that came in handy because there were a couple instances where somebody had a hard time accessing an ebook for whatever reason, and I was able to scan whatever chapter, so I was happy I did that. I don't know that I'll be able to do that for any, just like any class I would teach, but certainly the disability stuff, I was like, well, I would want to own this anyway, so.
Yeah.
But I finally bought both Tobin Sieber's Disability Aesthetics and Disability Theory, which I've read several times each and love. Tobin Siebers is one of my favorite scholars ever, so I was happy to own those.
I don't know. Some of these books that I've had out, I'm like, they were bought. I checked them out of the library brand new. I am the only person that's ever touched them. And nobody's ever come looking for them because I'm the only one at my whole entire
I've had
institution
stuff
that
like
does
that
what I do.
before, for sure.
Yeah.
There is nobody else.
There were definitely books at Ohio State. The library was pretty kind, where even grad students could say, "Hey, could you buy this book?" And as long as you had immediate plans to like use it for even a seminar paper, it didn't even have to be your dissertation. They would generally buy it for you. So
yeah, we don't have that
so
money.
spoiled. Yeah, I mean,
that's nice.
Who does? OSU only has it because it's so big. And even then,
Right,
there are some limits, but yeah,
Hi, Pete.
they were always able to get me what I needed.
Hey,
Hey
Pete.
Pete, I got to hang out with your wife today. She's delightful. I
Oh,
want to be
cool.
friends.
Yeah, I wish I had a little bit more time right now, but I don't. But maybe some point in the future.
Yeah, you and I could even collaborate with stuff for them.
Ah, it wasn't fast enough. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm about halfway through one of the tunes, so.
Nice.
Luckily, everybody was like, we want everything to be really intimate and like not very many voices. And I'm like, great, because we don't have a lot of time to do a big orchestration.
Right?
Oh, I'm super psyched too.
Yay. That's super cool. I'm glad
Oh
it's working
no,
out.
fail. Alright, hold on. Let's try that again, shall we?
I just have too many projects going on right now. Like, there was a tweet going around that was like, musicologist, tell us what you're working on right now. And I'm like, I don't even know how to fit it all into one tweet.
Yeah.
This is
you have
it.
a lot of irons in the fire.
I do, and the big thing right now is just that, school's wrapping up, and my Kalamazoo paper is 2 weeks from today, which has got to be my main focus, except for it's not. I'm focusing on literally anything else. So I spent the whole entire day playing a game for an entirely different project. Not my best decision.
Tomorrow I have got to grade my last project that needs grading.
My actual classwork, schoolwork stuff, grading wise, that's under control for the most part, which is nice. But that's my thing, is like, now I'm like, oh my goodness, I have time for me, and I want to do every project at the same time, and that's not sustainable. So,
Right.
but I'm really, really glad to be trying to like finally get my Civ 5 paper out the door now that I found it again. because that should have been published like 5 years ago. But I lost
That'll
it.
be exciting.
It's not a bad paper. As I read through it, I'm just like, yeah, I could actually kind of beef this up and get it out the door. But I've said that about 2 other things that also did not happen this semester, so we'll see.
Alright, let's see what this wants me to do. 1, 2, 3, and over. We can do that. Oh. There we go. Good, good, good. Oh, maybe I can't do it that way. Oof. Can I go in? I can. Good. One, 2, 3. I like that this stops on a double note. That bump bump. It feels familiar to me in Zelda for some reason that I can't place. Pete, glad to hear it. That's awesome.
I'm really glad to hear that, especially because we were so silly that night.
Yeah, we were not on our A game per se. There were we?
A game. I was great there in the chat.
That's true.
I was on fire, being not on at all, ever. Oh yay! Now I think the Twitch stream that night was fine. Everybody does fine. Every good gamer does fine.
Yeah, I think that it is a Link's Awakening thing. I just can't prove it right now. I don't remember where in Link's Awakening it happens. It'll come around again in a second.
Yeah.
I feel that when Julianne gets here, she can confirm that our grad students have rather enjoyed that this semester too. We often have engaged in a lot of, like, stream team, Twitch, Thursday night style banter in class. And sometimes it's just like, oh wait, this isn't, oh, we're in class right now. Like, maybe we should be a little bit more formal. But I think the students have appreciated it, and it's taken the pressure off of them. So that's good.
Yeah, I agree with Peter Bob here in that it's kind of cave music from Link's Awakening-y. With the repeated note.
Scholars relaxing. Sometimes we do that.
Hi, Dominic. Good to see
Dominic.
you.
Hi there.
Alright, down we go.
I'm actually looking at writing my chapter for you probably next week. I mean, I'll probably be refining it for a little while, but I wanted to get a jump on it since it's a short one.
Kate, I'm with you. I'm teaching summer school this year for the first time. Trying to make the dollars before sabbatical.
Hold on, I'm low on health. We're gonna save state really quick. Because I'm gonna do that a couple times. Sweet! This is my favorite power-up in all of Zelda. Rock's Cape!
Oh, nap time. Have a good nap.
Yes, have a good nap, Jarrell.
Nap.
Yeah, Kate, I feel that. It's such a big pay cut for me to take the sabbatical, and it's probably not an intelligent choice financially, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Alright. Ooh, I wish I had hearts. I can do the flying squirrel now, that's correct. And I have to go back and do it in a couple of places now, actually.
Yeah, Dana, I have so much playing to do for Will's chapter, but it's got to wait.
Is that the Renaissance one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Because
Um,
yours is gonna be looking at a lot of games. Mine's just looking at one big game that I need to play all the way through.
yeah, mine is going to be looking at potentially a bunch of different games, but I haven't yet wrapped my brain around that.
Everybody when exactly is Will's deadline? July 1?
Yeah,
Oh
something
gosh,
like that.
is it July? Oh! I keep thinking that it's later, and that's one of the reasons I'm trying to knock this shorter one out, because this one's only 2,500 words, so that I can move on and put more of my energy into the Hellblade chapter. But the problem with Hellblade is that I don't know if I'll play, we'll see how much time I have to get through. I want to do both the original and the VR and kind of compare the voices that she hears.
Yeah.
The spatialized audio versus not. So we'll see how far I can get in both.
At least the paper I'm giving in 2 weeks for Kalamazoo is the same one that I'm giving Rob Houghton over the summer. So that's good because it's double duty. And I need to do that work before I can do Will's chapter anyway. So they're all kind of nicely lined up. It's just a lot of work, and I don't quite have a handle on exactly what I'm giving Will yet. So I might narrow it down so it's not quite as much of a burden because I don't have as much time as I thought I was going to have.
Yeah.
None of us have as much time. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up quick.
It's scary to think that May is in 2 days. Like what?
I know.
Yeah.
At the very least, if I get this summer contract, it's a class I've taught before. So it would just be nice to not be sitting in limbo when the class supposedly starts May 12th.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening in the next 2 weeks too, with the end of the semester and grading, and it's sort of like, whee.
Okay, we have 2 jobs to do here. First, shove this up.
Okay, so quick update on my edited collections here, one of which is with Karen.
Right.
The animation book with Lisa Skagen, we are awaiting the final internal approval process through the publisher, so we'll have like the final contract. Our contact has told us possibly next week we will have that and finally be able to give you guys a timeline. But the whatever one we proposed is totally out the window just because it's taken so long on the publisher side. And so in one of our last emails, we said, well, we're looking at pushing back, first drafts to maybe like January of next year. Possibly like end of December, but I think we'll want to push it back even a little further based on the most recent slowdown. And then we would be working like through spring on drafts, maybe sending a final draft back to the publisher by like summer.
Okay.
Having it fully out by next fall, the 2022, that is.
Yeah.
The gender book, on the other hand, just because of pandemic, and we've had a lot of folks say, like, I'm sorry, I just can't commit to stuff, and, like, totally understandable, but, you want to have, like, a good 12 to 15 chapters when you're proposing an edited collection. So we've been continuing to reach out and just kind of get to the number to do the proposal. So if anything, it's going to be even later than the other one.
We have the number. It's just a question of actually doing the proposal. We were also trying to diversify a little further, given the nature of the book. That was the big thing, because we have the number.
That's true. We have the low end of the number, but
but we've had the low end of the number for months. All we've been trying to do is...
I thought we were still waiting on a couple abstracts, though.
The only person we're waiting on is Will.
Oh, okay. Well, that's basically where that sits, is we're trying to get a little bit more meat to that book, and then the proposal process. It's like, yes, we propose a timeline when we do the proposal, but at the same time, it also depends how long it takes them to get back to us, which is what we've discovered with the animation book. So, like, it'll be a while. Please, yeah. We want it. We love it. We're excited about it. So please don't take any slowdown as anything less than total commitment on our end.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's
So-
going to be a great book, honestly. The only thing that I just wish that we had a couple of more varieties of voices. We have a wonderful array of potential voices. I really like it. I just feel like there's some perspectives we don't quite have yet, and that's okay. They may not be available right now. We can't. No one book can have it all, but it would be so great to have, you know, some more voices for a book like that. You know, it's just awesome. But I really, really like what we have, and I'm excited to get the proposal out the door. Because that's the thing. I would sort of hope that, you know, maybe if something really good came along, squeeze it in. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem. Yeah, so it's, you know, I think everybody, if anything, in this pandemic, at least in our circle, has learned to just have, be gentle with ourselves, be gentle with our colleagues, you know, and at some point, like, yes, you do have to just get it done and say, like, we have to move on, but, you know, we've been reluctant while there's still the possibility of some other folks participating, and, you know, we've just been trying to keep some of those plates spinning, but we have been, I have some stuff drafted, so we're kind of in the process of that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to get back to that chapter too.
Yeah.
I was not, and I'm still not. I'm trying hard not to take on too many game music projects during my sabbatical, but I know that's impossible.
Yeah, it is.
But, you know, I know I'm going to end up working on game music projects over my sabbatical. It's just that that's supposed to be my 14th century year. It's like Schumann. This is the year of the leader. Where this is supposed to be, I go back to the 14th century and stop doing fun things. Like, no, I love 14th century stuff. I really do.
All right, almost done with this dungeon. We'll move on. This one does sound like a lot. I think it is the cave music. I don't think we ever solved that definitively. But what Pete heard earlier, Lewinsky,
totally.
not Smucker.
Yeah, as soon as you said that in chat, I was like, yep, it's cave music, 100%.
Come on, run out, Seed. There we go.
Takeaways from the pandemic. I don't know whether I'm just extremely lucky because, you know, the way that the lockdown and everything aligned with the very beginning of the pregnancy, and like the fact that I sort of had to slow down, but also I was losing all these gigs, and, you know, just professional opportunities were drying up because of the pandemic and stuff couldn't be in person. It sort of forced a
Radio Plug.
Hey, nice to see you. It forced a kind of a new work-life balance.
Yeah.
You know, and as most of us know, there is no such thing as balance often in our field. and yet I had it forced on me, and so now I'm in a position where I can kind of try to defend some of those boundaries that I've created that are actually working really well for me.
Yeah.
But man, does it take... I've said this to a lot of people that are kind of like just finishing, or like, you know, in the early stages of being done, and they're sort of like overwhelmed by what's next, and they're like, okay, I've been filling in the space the dissertation left behind with too many things, and I'm like, yep, I did that. I burned myself out hard, you know, and then I spent a couple of years kind of recovering from that, and now I'm getting there. But it's a matter of like holding true to the boundaries. And it's a little easier too, because I have, you know, a baby that I can just be like, yep, that's the reason I have to have boundaries, is so I can, like, not feel like I, you know, am not getting time with her that I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I am doing a lot more, continuing to do my remote work, and maybe not doing as much in-person stuff, even going forward.
Yeah. That's another, you know, big thing where I was really thinking about, maybe I'll teach in the fall. But they really, really, really want everything to be back in person. And I'm sort of like, but I have all of these amazing online materials that I used for these same classes last fall. Can't I reuse them? Oh, we want you to be in person. I'm like, well, then I'm going to be on sabbatical, and you can find somebody else to teach this class. But,
well, you certainly know some folks that could take, if they wanted to offer video games. Folks that would tend your class with care if there's a semester where...
For sure. Yeah, that one's not on the docket. But we haven't. Nobody's gotten any further than the fall, obviously. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. It's a
Yeah.
mystery.
I'm actually in a very hopeful space because I've been able to see sort of the possibilities of restructuring this work and not having it be like, oh my gosh, I'm making $0, you know? With all the stuff I lost last year, we just did taxes, and I only made like $6,000 less than I had in previous years, but I did so much less grinding myself down, and I was like, how did I manage this, you know?
Yeah.
So part of it is I just have a lot of gigs that
Ooh,
do
check it
not
out.
pay
It's a
much.
skeleton
That's what they-
Gleeok now.
Yeah.
Alright, it's dead now, too.
Yeah, it's going to be so weird trying to, like, everybody, so many people, I won't say everybody, but so many people or places or things just want to kind of like, okay, you got vaccinated, now we're back 100% to exactly the way it was before, let's go. And it's like, wait, but I don't remember how to do that, and nobody can do that. But I also just don't remember how to do that. So it's going to be very weird to try to re-enter the world and navigate all those boundaries you're talking about, and you know, it's going to be challenging.
Totally.
Oh, the last dungeon, the tree is like, I don't know, it's somewhere.
Yeah, Pete, I'm with you on Nakfagum. I don't see any reason why we can't push to do what we did with Matt and just live stream it and have some virtual lightning talks. Like, that worked great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any issues with that. Yeah, Andrew, exactly. My viral light tweet of this week that blew up in ways I wasn't anticipating about, let's not just go back to the norm when that didn't work for people.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you said everything I would have said about, like, hey, did we learn nothing about, like, the accessibility that we had this year?
It's just infuriating that so many people have had needs that the institutions, whatever they may be, not necessarily academic, but whatever, the structures haven't made any attempt to include so many different kinds of people for whatever reason, whether that's illness or disability or care issues or money
poverty.
or environment. And people have been begging for so long, and we've said no, and now all of a sudden everybody needs it, so let's do it, and then we're going to yank it away again? No.
Yeah, for sure.
That's some shit.
Oh, gotta go up here.
It may have been my most widely retweeted tweet, which isn't saying much because I'm not very prominent on social media.
I love this track.
Oh, yeah, let's listen to this track. It's new, and it's super good. It's a really bass-heavy track for a Game Boy track.
Pete, that was my first Ludo for exactly that reason. I would never be able to go.
And it's got...
I don't have money.
That echo that Dana comments on a lot, where it's done by channel.
Mm-hmm.
Very good track here.
Yeah, Christoph.
You notice you need Rock's cape to
Rocky,
make this
Rosie?
jump effectively. And look where we are in the overworld now. This is where the Temple of Seasons is supposed to be. Let's see. Alright, let's go on in. We'll just do what we can here.
Yeah, it's the thing, Dana. It's really expensive, but also it's like my other field has conferences overseas during the summer, and I can't just pick up and go to Europe for like 6 weeks at a time so that I can be there for all the conferences that are weeks apart. If I'm going to go for one conference, it's going to be the MedRen stuff overseas. It's not going to be Ludo.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Well, and I think, you know, we could continue to do some more sisterly conferencing, you know, where there's a little bit more connection between our two conferences as well.
For sure.
I think that we are the people in the field who are most suited to figuring out how to do this in a way that most of its participants are already going to have some familiarity with. We have the leg up. So if we're not using that, we cannot point fingers at anybody else.
Right.
So I definitely think Nakvagum is where it's at, and hopefully we can push on Ludo a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way we did it this year, I thought that was great.
Yeah, and if we do like a optional donation model, I'll be really interested to see because I do think there's a lot of folks in the community that are happy to put into the pot a little bit, especially ones that aren't the poor grad students. And it like the idea being it's almost like I'm sponsoring some of those folks that are behind me in the process. Like I'm happy to throw a little extra money into like a donation that would represent like my attendance, but also somebody else's. But we'll see, because we have a lot of early career folks in the field. But it's a model that I think could go really well, where where folks will make it a priority to be generous with it, and just know like this will really help offset costs. Because I think one of the things that I see from the folks organizing all these conferences is the when you put something on Twitch, there's not like a great model for charging for that when people can just go to your channel. Like, how do you really make can you stream privately on Twitch where somebody needs like a passcode, or?
You can stream to subscribers only, but you can't gate it via pay.
Right.
Twitch is not designed to do that.
Right, I didn't think so. So it's either you're using one of those like other dedicated conference systems like GameSoundCon used, that you can gate it for pay, or you're just accepting that you can't charge for stuff and people are just going to show up.
Yeah.
Correct. For what it's worth, I like the donation model. I will also note that the one thing I refuse to do, for anybody who doesn't know, though I suspect most of us here do, I host, this is my personal Twitch stream where I hang out with my cool friends, as you can see.
Yay.
I also host Nakvagum on this stream because it's free and convenient for everybody involved. But if you donate to this stream, or subscribe to it, it's tied to my PayPal account, and I'm not giving that up to any organization, no matter how much I like them.
Yeah.
Any donations about Nakvagum specifically to the Nakvagum account need to happen on a PayPal account that they establish. I will not funnel money from the Twitch account here to Nakvagum because logistically it gets really dicey and complicated very quickly, and it mixes my personal and professional finances in a way that I do not ever want to mix. So that's just not happening.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that there has to be a difference between what happens in person versus what doesn't. Like, if you want to, I don't know, it would be great if we could just live stream the whole kit and caboodle, and the bonus to being in person is that you get to hang out with people and go to dinner.
The bonus is that you get to be in person.
Yeah, I mean, that's a separate question from whether there would be different fee structures. But in terms of content, I wouldn't want there to be anything different or separate that, like, the people at home can't access, because that defeats the purpose for me.
Here's the thing. At the scale, for Nakvagum, that's great, and I support it 100%. For the scale of AMS, that becomes very tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not talking about AMS at all.
Generally...
I'm talking about Nakvagum only. Or Ludo, even.
Right. Conferences like AMS have generally done more like certain top papers or topics get like tagged as like key, and then those get streamed, but you still miss like a lot of the program, so you can't just see everything.
Yeah.
So the reason the tree did not know where it is, by the way, here's the ludic reason: it's not in Holodrum, it's in Subrosia under the ground for the last dungeon. This is the only one that's like that. Check out the eyes; they still follow you. It's still creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, and hopefully SMT is going to move online now that AMS has made that call. I would love to see that happen.
Yeah. What was our peak last year at Nakvagum last year? Do you remember, Ryan?
It was 70-something, wasn't it?
It was much more than that during the keynote. I would have to check.
Yeah. Keynote was over 100. But I thought our average, like, during papers, we got into the 70s pretty routinely. Was that true?
Yeah, I think so.
That was true.
I thought it was like 300.
Our top anytime number was 300 and change for the highest number who ever watched anything at once.
Right.
The average attendance was in the 160s, I think. I could look
I
up those
totally
numbers,
get that.
but I can't look up those numbers easily while we're streaming right now because
Oh, no.
that access is tied to the Twitch account.
Yeah, we just needed ballpark. Yeah, it was-
I'm totally off base. I don't know why, but fine.
I had the 300 number in my head, so.
Yeah, 300 is correct.
I guess I'm thinking of maybe I'm thinking of the numbers for in person at Nakpagum Heart,
Oh, maybe, yeah.
because I know we had over 100 people in the room for that keynote for Will Roget.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that wants to go to Florida right now. Florida is a nightmare. Sorry to all the folks that live in Florida. I'm just talking simply about inundating Florida with more people right now. Doesn't seem to be in anybody's best interests.
Yeah.
Pete says, hey.
That wasn't what I meant. I was trying to walk that back in the nicest way possible, but there's a lot of crazy going on in Florida, and it just doesn't seem like it's the best time to
For
have
what
a lot
it's
of
worth,
people
it's not
flying
just
in.
Florida. Michigan has more cases right now than anybody does.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of places that have rising case rates and whatnot.
Our numbers are down, yay!
But I'm thinking also about like the Florida transgender bill and
Oh,
the
yeah.
Florida private school that's firing their teachers for getting vaccinated and all of that stuff. Just seems like there's a whole realm of special happening.
I'm real excited, y'all. Do y'all know what bias lighting is?
Whoa!
What is?
Hey, I gotta turn on my modly powers. Why are we getting spam-rated?
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Go
I'm not
take
in mod
care
mode.
of that.
I'm like never in mod mode.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to
You
put on
got
mod
it?
mode, but I'm getting it.
Also,
I'm
to that
getting it now.
to that losery bot, though they can't hear me, I am famous. I don't need your help.
Boom! Take that, bot.
Right?
Oh, it's funny to look at like our historical stuff that we've allowed.
Some phrases that have slipped in, some people that have been booted out.
That's funny.
You know, I'd have to check again, Elizabeth. I don't actually track the numbers that closely. This is going to sound bad, but I don't care. Which isn't to say I'm not happy to have people hanging out. I'm just not tied to Twitch monetarily in the way that, like, people who use this platform as a money-making device are. So I don't track it. And, like, my self-worth is relatively high as well. So I'm not tracking it for that reason either.
Right. Well, and for the most part, like, you know, it's not like you are making bank, right? Like, the money that has been made on this channel is enough that, like, Ryan sends the stream team, like, a fun Christmas present. Like, that's the kind of money we're talking. It's not, like, ridiculous money.
Yeah, it's...
Or if, like, we pooled it, it might buy a couple games, depending on what we bought.
Over
Like, it
5
buys
years
up to
now,
the stream.
I think I'm roughly between $100 and $150 a year on the platform,
Yeah.
if that's helpful.
So not a truly significant source, but like enough that like he got us really cool little 8-bit Do controllers for Christmas. I have my little one over here. It's awesome. So it's like fun stuff like that.
Yeah. Some of our game audio
Yeah.
friends in the community do make what I would call a significant amount of money on Twitch, but they also have like a lot more of a following than us, and they work harder to
And-
cultivate it as well.
I was gonna say streaming more regularly and for longer periods, and you know, just it takes time. I mean, it takes time to build that up. You have to have the consistency where people know where to find you, and then they also have to have the buy-in of what's the book about why we watch, why we play?
TL Taylor's Watch Me Play.
Yeah, Watch Me Play. You know, lists like the 6 reasons that people watch streams.
Yes.
And, you know, it can be, like, educational. It can be inspirational. I don't remember all 6, but, like, one of them is, like, community. One of them's ambiance. And I was saying, I think, you know, we are sometimes in the educational zone. Sometimes we're in some of the other zones, but I think the community aspect is really powerful here because it's like a group of people who pretty much know each other offline. Not always, but most of us have met in person. Or at least, one of us knows whoever it is. We don't get a lot of true strangers on here, so it's like we don't really have to moderate a lot. It's just a nice community. Yeah, there's usually at least one point of connection. Like, we don't tend to get randos on our stream. Hello, Anthony Dennis. We are fantastic.
We
Hello.
are.
I was just about to get into, I bought bias lighting for my monitor, and I'm very excited about it, so...
I'm so mad. Okay.
For those that don't know what it is, it's basically like an LED strip that you put on the back of the monitor, and so it reflects onto the wall behind you, and this is LED, so I can change the colors. But it also creates like a greater contrast with the monitor itself, so it's aesthetic, but it also is kind of nice for visibility and things. And I'm very excited about it. And
Nice.
It's got a little remote where I can like pick the color mode and all that stuff. It's gonna be really fun. It has like 15 different colors it can cycle through, including several different, like there's a warm white, there's a bright white. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, that's very cool.
What is up with this chat? Sorry.
Yeah, it washes away the blue light glare. Which a lot of us, I don't know about y'all, but I also use like flux type things that actually change the color temperature on the monitor.
I do when I'm
avoid some
not
of the blue light
streaming.
issues. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And of course I also have my ring light, which gives me this warm glow because I both have it on the warm setting and reflecting off of a gold reflector because I've decided I like the warm. But yeah, been playing around with stuff like that to make this office more streamy.
I hate this jump.
Yeah. And you have to make it twice, which is so frustrating.
Yes. And
Yeah, Windows
these
does have it
bats are not
innately.
helping me with it. Alright, the second one's not bad. There we go.
Oh my gosh, named it the holodeck. That's so funny. Oh, computer, turn on the holodeck. So you
Nice.
also have your Alexa programmed where if you call it computer, I love when people do that. I mentioned that to Joe at one point and he's like, yeah, but how often do you just talk about computers where like, our thing would pick up on it and then we're not actually talking to it?
Yes, accurate.
We talk about computers a fair amount in this house, so...
That's why we switched
He had
back
a
as
good
well.
point there. Yeah.
I'm shocked, Dana. I'm simply shocked.
Simply shocked that we have computer talks around here.
Gonna have to start talking to Joe about dehumidifiers.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, he, as usual, he did a ton of research for ours.
I will say this dungeon is by far the game's longest, and I don't really have a lot of cool stuff to say about the music, except I kind of like this break of a B section. But otherwise, I don't care for most of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I just looked up to see that Rohannes' TV is Samwise,
Yeah.
and I'm tickled. I am tickled so pink right now. That's hilarious. Samwise. I feel like that name should have taken off more for people.
Yeah, I was really proud of Zelda Fitzgerald.
Not that way.
But
apparently.
here, Joe was like, we have enough devices in all corners of the house that he's like, no, we just need to name them after where it is in the house to make it easier. So that we don't have to remember, like, oh, Zelda Fitzgerald is the one in, the basement or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to defer to that, but I was proud of Zelda Fitzgerald. I had that for a long time. And then my Wi-Fi network was Troy and Abed in the modem. which I was really proud of, even though, you know, that's not really Wi-Fi.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Oh, sourdough starter. Yeah, you gotta name your sourdough starter.
Handolo.
Sourdough. I want to say it was 2015. I did the whole experimenting with sourdough. So when that became a thing in the pandemic, I was just like, I did that before.
I hate that I can't see it. And you can't trade on it. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, I have so many good Stardew chicken puns. All of my Stardew creatures. And the best thing is, like, once I came up with that naming scheme, it's like the gift that keeps on giving, you know, because they're all puns. G.I.G. and Honda. I love that.
Okay. That's what it is. Yeah. How do I return the ball? I messed up. No. Sorry, everybody. This is going to take a minute.
All right.
I don't know much about brewing beer because I'm not a beer drinker, but I've made my own sauerkraut. That's fun. That's fermentation.
I've been around so many beer brewing people in my life. I've never brewed though.
Yeah, beer is usually wasted on me.
I don't know what to do if I drop the ball.
I mean, the chemistry part sounds fun. My outlaws used to make their own wine, and I
love that you call them the outlaws.
Oh yeah, that took because X-law didn't quite work. So yeah, I started calling them my outlaws, like instead of in-law. So they used to do wine, and I loved going especially when we would do bottling sessions, because like my former father-in-law got really into it, and he would do like 150 bottles in a batch. I mean, it was a big for just a couple people operation, and then they would split it up, with a bunch of different friends and family members, and some of them were really fantastic. So I do miss the wine. I hope they're still doing it.
All right.
I heard another, speaking of outlaws, I heard another really cute term recently. I have a scholar friend who was an OSU person who did dance history, and her sister's partner she refers to as her sib in love. Isn't that cute? Yeah. Like instead of in-law because they're not married.
Hmm.
Pete, yes, I do have an orange car.
Orange car is very cool.
Bright orange car. But I kind of missed having... I really loved Jane Honda. She was a great car. Even though I didn't really gender the car, I just thought it should be named Jane.
Yeah, my first car was named also Zelda, like my TV. Because the color listed on the title was champagne, and so it made me think of Zelda Fitzgerald. So I named it. And then, of course, everyone thought it was a reference to this Zelda, which I then could say was also named after Zelda Fitzgerald, so it all fits. But,
nice.
You named it after Zelda Williams.
We've got our hyper slingshot now. We'll only be using it like 4 times, but we have it. Hooray.
I never really truly named my current car, but like unofficially I was calling it Chic, because I was keeping like a Zelda theme. And this one was kind of like a dark bluish gray, and I don't know, just something about it made me think of Chic.
It was like Jane Honda was gunmetal gray, so she was G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it was G.I. Jane Honda, and it worked. It just worked. It was great. But the orange car, I was like, well, Jane's not orange. So, there with that.
Yeah.
I also love finding out what people named their instruments, because that's, that's so personal. It's something that's like such a part of people.
I never did that.
Yeah?
Never did that, but
So-
guy I
Took me a
dated
long
once
time.
named his trumpet.
Check this out,
Philemon.
everybody. We've got a sorry for interrupting here. We've got our 3-way slingshot. It's an action game now.
Nice. That's awesome. Wait, what was the trumpet's name? I missed it.
Philemon.
That's awesome.
There's a fairy in one of these jars, and we're gonna get them all. I want it.
Yeah, one of my favorites was a cellist colleague of mine who's now in Denmark, and I miss her terribly. Her cello's name was Patches because the varnish was kind of uneven. Like, it was kind of patchy on the back, and so she named it Patches. I always thought that was so cute.
That makes sense. I never named my trumpets. It wasn't a thing. I've never named any of my recorders either.
I was in a sextet playing for Clerta Nacht, and they all had named their instrument, and I was kind of the same way. I'm like, my instrument never told me its name, was what I was starting to say, and then I realized, well, that meant it has to be Doctor Who then, so I named it the Doctor.
Nice.
Because I was like, it never told me its real name, so it's the Doctor. So yeah, that's my violin. I love this. Yeah, I'm a big fan of naming stuff. I name plants.
I've named plants. Plants I will name.
Mm-hmm.
Instruments
I
apparently
feel like
not.
it helps them grow better. I name inanimate objects often.
Ooh, can I finish this before I die?
There's a moment in Gilmore Girls where Luke leaves his toolbox at Lorelai's, and then, she's saying, like, he's become a member of the family, and Luke's like, you didn't name the toolbox, did you? And
No, I can't do it.
She starts calling it Bert.
One more try. It is tough.
It is the boss from World 4 in Mario 2. The son, the Fry guy, was that his name? Because he was the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like Fry guy.
It does a little bit. Alright, I can go here and use the triple slingshot at least. Do I have to push it down the hole, or do I have to shoot from up there? I guess I have to shoot from up there. Okay, we can do that.
I got the music for my students' concerto concert because I'm one of the ones that got hired to play. Normally, of course, the actual orchestra of high school students accompanies the concertos, but because of pandemic and everything, the director opted to just hire a small kind of chamber orchestra of professionals, which is cool for the ones playing the concertos because they get like these really strong players.
Yeah.
And there's some fun pieces because we've got, Florence Price #2. We've got the Samuel Coleridge Taylor, so those are my students. And then somebody else is doing a Piazzolla viola thing, and I'm so excited about that. I saw that in the mix, and I was like, dang, I love me some Piazzolla. So
Nice.
I'm really excited about this concert. I love how, like, death doomy this music is.
It is
You've
pretty
got
doom
that
and gloom.
dramatic descending bass.
Yeah, it's the descending bass and like the stacked ascending, not chords, but like intervals,
See, but I like this, like, happy-ish break section as well.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, it's a little wandery. I don't know if I'd call it happy, but it's not
That's
doom
fair.
and gloom anymore. It's just kind of like, I don't know, like your mind is wandering or you're puzzling something out.
Yeah. Here we go. Back for the attempt number 2 here. I need
Save
mystery
state.
seeds. Yes, I will save state it this time. But I think we're going to be fine now.
I'm still looking at mod actions. And there are just terms in here that are so funny.
Yeah. We've had
I mean,
some
there's not a ton. You know, we've only had a few things we've had to like actually ban, but like I don't remember why we had to allow Guido as a permitted term. Is that something that gets used in a bad way that I'm not aware of?
Yeah. Like in an Italian slur sort of way.
Oh, I see. In my head, I was thinking Guido of Arezzo, which I think was the context that came up in.
Guido Adler.
Yeah. Okay.
Clearly, we were discussing the history of musicology.
Oh, the bat got in the way. What?
Yeah.
Hold on. 1,
Stupid
2,
bat.
3. There we go. That was a stupid bat.
I love how there's the two secret sounds. There's the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da from all the Zelda games, and then there's the Link's Awakening.
Which I showed you the song from last week.
Mm-hmm. I missed it because I was vaccinated.
Oh, that's right. I showed Ryan
it.
and Julianne the song.
Yep.
They get to be part of the party.
Come on.
That's what obscure 90s pop knowledge gets you.
Ooh.
All right.
Clever.
Oh, I love slidey ice block puzzles. Are you kidding me? I could have a whole game of just those. No joke.
I'll take that over like disappearing blocks in Mega Man most of the time.
This is why Ryan likes Horace.
Yeah.
Horace, you just become the slidey block.
Depends on what level, I guess. I don't know. I haven't played too much further into it, I have to say.
No,
I
me
need to
neither.
get back to it. Ooh, Stanley.
Elizabeth says you can do all my puzzles. Ryan, I'm happy for you.
Nice. Did I not have to kill those wizards? Okay, that kind of upsets me. Okay.
Mummies and snakes. The snakes look so happy.
I love the fact that they're smiling so much. It's just like, I'm coming to kill you, but I'm really glad about it. Maybe they're just trying to be friends. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, maybe.
One of my favorite quotes.
Okay.
There's an episode of Community where they're playing a video game for Pierce's inheritance, and it like they're all like 8 or 16-bit or whatever. And at one point, Britta goes and like accidentally kills one of her party members, and she goes, "I guess there's no hug button."
Nice.
She like doesn't understand how games work, so she like punches the person, and they go back to the beginning. I love it. And the funny thing is, in Spiritfarer, there is a hug button.
That's right, there is one.
If it helps, Elizabeth, they're not bunnies, they're Pole's voice.
That's right.
Right?
Which, I don't know what that means.
What it means is that conveniently we do not actually have to care about them all that much.
Oh, they're ghosts. Ah.
Huh, okay.
Oh, Julianne. Oh. Poor thing.
What?
Julianne messaged us. She fell asleep.
Aw. Well, her and Jarrell hopefully are having or had good naps.
That's right. Oh no, hold on. No, this is gonna take a couple takes, guys. Come here. Let's try it one more time. Up to there, and then over, and then left. Okay. Got it.
Hooray! That didn't take too long.
No, that was good. It did not, in fact, take too long. Oh, come on, come on. Throw. There we go.
I heard the Ludo pub quiz was quite hard.
Oh my gosh, it was very difficult. But my team won, which is really what matters.
Nice! Congrats, I hadn't heard that part.
We came in second.
Yeah, I napped basically all weekend because I had vaccine reaction. I had like all the classic symptoms. I had like, you know, aches in my neck and my shoulders, and my arm was sore, and I had a fever, and I was really tired, and I was nauseous. I was like, cool. I've never felt so happy to feel like this.
That pub quiz, though, that we had, there was a chunk of it that was game theme songs played backward.
Oh.
There were game names that had been run through Google Translate.
Oh, that's
until
fun.
They were indecipherable. There was a whole section
so
on song lyrics. There was a section on what songs were played on which in-game radio stations.
Oh. That's intense.
There was
Sheets for adults,
photo.
yes, Elizabeth.
Sheets for adults. Dana, do you know what game title was Google translated as Sheets for Adults?
Tim took a game title and Google translated it 7 times in random languages and then back to English. And it came back Sheets for Adults.
I have no idea. What was it?
The Elder Scrolls.
Oh, that's perfect!
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something. The adult, I think, is the only thing that gives you the clue there.
It was, yeah.
Tim
It was
had
that.
time on his hands.
That was the one that I didn't get.
It
But
was
there
a
also
very Tim and Mikhail and Mark quiz.
Yes, it
I
was.
love it. I love it. I want
was
to steal it and
the
do
photo
our
round.
own versions.
We had the photo round where you had to identify who was playing what instrument in the games.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. There were hard. A lot of the problems were that most of the games are games I haven't played.
I missed the Final Fantasy III question, which really upset me. But
One
it
of
was a
our-
still image of the waist
Got it.
of Luneth from Final Fantasy III DS exclusive. And they just somehow assumed everybody would know.
One of our friends' teammates got it. I was happy because I finally got one. It was Ezio playing the lute in Assassin's Creed, and I was like, I know that guy.
You would know that one. Yeah.
I know that one. But you know, radio stations. I don't play GTA. I haven't played
Right.
a lot of those. That's not me.
I see. We did that by process of elimination. Each one of us on our team was able to exclude one title. Like I've been playing a ton of Forza, so I knew it was not Forza, and so on down the whole line.
Yeah, and see, we had a lot of folks that hadn't played any of those games or had played them and couldn't remember.
Were they at least multiple choice for most
Yeah.
of them? Or?
They were
yeah,
all
that's
multiple
good.
choice, except for the which character name
pictures.
riddles. I think was not multiple choice, right? You had to fill in the blank
Yeah.
there.
The pictures, you had to fill in the blank for the pictures. You had to fill in the blank for the game titles that were Google translated, obviously.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. I have to say, like, it would be really cool if we could do something for Nactwigum.
Well, we had already talked after VGMT of doing some kind of a name that tune, so we could try to mimic some of these other types of rounds too.
Be like, all right, UK folks, we're gonna punish you now.
Yeah, we're gonna steal your ideas and do our own.
I think that would be fun.
I think
would
everyone
be
would be
fun.
really into that. That's like a really fun way to hang out together.
Yeah, I think our committee could easily put something like that together.
Yes, I think so too. No, Pete, we will take care of it for you. You are doing enough.
No, you wouldn't have to worry about that at all. I used to joke about being the social committee for the social chair for earlier ones, where I would like try to work on getting people together for gaming sessions when we were in person. So,
Well, I think I love what Elizabeth's saying. Like we have to have some Jackbox.
oh, totally.
So,
Super cool.
Yeah, I was
were you
thinking,
all?
like,
How many of
leading
you were
up to
here
content.
when Ashley Greathouse put together those custom Quiplash sets?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so good. That's what we need. And we can do like musicology and like theory nerds stuff, but also some video game references. Like,
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're not, mostly game stuff, I think. If we keep it to games.
which version of Quiplash do you need to do the custom ones?
3.
3? I think I have 3. Do I have 3? I've just never bothered with looking into that. Jackbox. Is Quiplash 3 in Jackbox 3, or is it in one of the other Jackboxes? Is the question.
It's in one of the Jackbox collections. Oh no, I'm gonna need that key, aren't I? Ugh, hold on.
Quiplash 2 is in Jackbox Party Pack 3. I'm gonna look up custom Quiplash and see what comes up. Oh yeah, okay. You can do it in Quiplash 2 and Quiplash 3. Oh, it's so great. Episode code. Making your own. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna totally... I'm gonna totally do that. Maybe I'll do a tweet. Custom drawful, I don't know. Let me look.
Yes, there is.
Custom drawful.
I think custom
I think there
drawful
is.
is possible. The catch is that drawful is not good for a large audience, whereas Quiplash, being in the audience, is still really fun.
Yeah.
Can you just straight up break the pots, Pete? Wish I would have known that a minute ago.
With the level 2 sword.
I've got it.
Alright, we're gonna install.
Here, we're gonna try it. Oh, hell yes, I can break the pots. That's awesome. Okay.
I'm totally gonna start a Google Doc for myself. And just start, and probably tweet right now. And start pulling together some question ideas.
Is it ember seeds we need? No.
That sounds super complicated, Brohannes. I wonder. But I think that we should be able to run different games the way that we did in that musicology one, though, because there was a couple of different games, right?
Yeah. And between Ryan and I think we have all of the Jackbox party packs.
Yeah. No, I think we should switch up some of the games. You're right, so that there's
Yeah,
a
because we
variety.
could do that. We could do the rap battle one. That was really funny when we played it at MagFest.
The rap battle
could
one
do
is
it.
hilarious.
The
We
rap
could
battle one is
do,
great.
yeah, that one's really fun. We can do Quiplash, obviously. If people wanted to do like Trivia Murder Party, that's never my absolute favorite, but like it's shakes things up a bit. There are definitely games in those packs that are way better than others. But I think at this point we've done a lot of we know what the good ones are.
Yeah.
Samus isn't allowed to play the rap battle one. Well, the way it constrains you, I think, makes it so that if you actually are good at that sort of thing, it doesn't necessarily help you.
Yeah, honestly,
'Cause it gives
I'm
you,
not
like,
convinced.
ham-fisted prompts.
In every other aspect of rapping, obviously she has us all beat. But because of the incredibly lame delivery that the game gives of its own prompts, I'm not convinced that, like, I think that would even the playing field considerably.
Yeah, having the robots perform it for you really makes it strange.
Yes, entirely.
I don't think Trivia Murder Party allows customization.
No, it does not. I wish it did. I also love Trivia Murder Party.
There's a suggestion to add that in future iterations. But, yeah, it doesn't look like we currently have the ability to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna tweet.
Oh, come on. Stupid tech type. Oh no, I can't do it there anyway. But I can get down right here, so it doesn't matter. Let's go finish this game, huh?
Yay!
We're right there. Now we have all 8. We just have to... Oh, actually, we have to go do the thing first. My bad. We're technically right next to the last dungeon, but we have to go back to town first. We have to visit the tree one last time. Look, it's gotten larger since we last saw it.
Oh, yeah.
So now we get our seed that will open the gate to the last boss. We can, in fact, go do that. We haven't seen her since, like, the very beginning of the game. She's just this MacGuffin to collect. The other Oracle game is much better on that front again. Preview of what's to come probably later in the summer, just before the semester starts, because we're going to take a break from Zelda for a while, I think. Look, we have Faror, the third Oracle, inside the tree now. The Oracle of Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And she will, she facilitates the linking between both games. We were originally supposed to get a third Oracle game, one for each piece of the Triforce, but it didn't work out that way. I cannot this weekend, but maybe other people can. I am just impossibly busy with grading and scrambling. The grades are due in on Monday. Yes, I agree, by the way. Seasons has... Sorry for cutting you off, Dana.
No, go ahead.
Seasons has the edge ever so slightly for me. And I think it's the way the colors shift, honestly. It makes use of the hardware a little better. But Ages is a very, very smart game as well. And plot-wise, it is better. There's no real defense of this as a converted Zelda 1 remake.
I'll have to ask Ashley what some of her prompts were, just to even get get in my head what some good formats. Also, I might reuse some of her prompts because they were really good.
They were really good.
Or, slightly rewrite some of them.
Some of them were a little politically controversial for a outsider welcoming stream. They were internal to politics and musicology. I wouldn't use those.
Oh, yeah.
And what I was about to say was that we don't have an exclusively musicology or music theory group. We've got a lot of people coming in from the industry and stuff. So it's
but some of the formats would work well if you replaced the music references with video game things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's to make it not overly musicologically oriented because of the fact that not everyone is going to be
right
on the same level musically speaking.
Oh look, here's that old person. All will be for naught. And I was that way with the Pokemon games, by the way, Pete. I had blue, Tom had red, and I don't give a crap about red, but blue is the best thing. It's actually... It's Twinrova, from Ocarina of Time. They are
look like
conducting
Santa
the
Clauses.
rites to revive Ganon.
Well, that's no good. But they have like little Santa beards and hats and noses.
Now, canonically, by the way, Red is the superior game, but as a child I didn't know that. And the reason Red is better is because there's a glitch in Red that'll let you catch a Mew without a Game Genie. In Blue, you can't do it. It has to do with where all the trainers are positioned. In any
Wait,
case,
how did we get to Pokemon? I'm confused.
Pete mentioned that Sam had ages, he had seasons. So each brother likes one better. Seasons ends with just a combat gauntlet. Which again points it towards being more of an action game. Oh, Facade is on this floor, that's right.
I'd like to think that if a random face ever appeared on the floor of my kitchen, that I would now know to bomb it with the bombs that I would happen to have in my pocket.
Here we go. Yeah, that's why I play Ages second, actually, is because this one feels less like the end and more like the midpoint to me in terms of how the plot winds down.
Mm-hmm.
If you stab Din, you take damage. What you've got to do is knock her away with the Rod of Seasons, which won't hurt her.
Yeah, I agree, Andrew, that floor face boss is weird. It's a little weird. I mean, honestly, I guess I would not bomb a floor face that appeared in my kitchen. I would, like, put baking soda on it.
Is this weirder for a Zelda boss? Look, we fight this boss as a platformer in 2D like a Mega Man game.
Yeah, that's weird.
New track for the boss as well.
This looks like a Mega Man boss.
It totally looks
the way
like
to write on the cloth.
Yeah, it's very much like Mega Man X.
Please allow me just
There we
to
go.
float away on your foot. Exactly, Brahanis. Pepper that floor face. Like burger time. Burger time.
Yes. Burger time it.
I
We
love
win.
burger time so much. I love burger time. That's my next Redbubble purchase. Is burger time. I swear.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't show you guys my most recent one, and it's right here, so I can just grab it.
Thank you, Link.
It's Celeste!
That's awesome.
Ah, isn't it so good?
That
I
didn't
love
occur
it.
to me that the background is all black, so they can focus more colors on the boss, but that's absolutely the correct take there, yes. Alright, so
I bought
now
that
all the
specifically-
seasons will return to normal. Life is good.
And now you can just turn this into like Stardew, right? Where you can just farm, and the seasons will change.
That's right, because now you can just wander the land. It's always springtime unless you change it now.
Nice. Yeah, so the reason I got Celeste is because I decided I'm making my portion of the video game recital at Nakvagum music from Celeste. So I'm going to record the video portion in the Celeste shirt. And then do some other, when I layer the videos together, I'll probably add some game footage and stuff like that. But yeah.
Check this out,
That's why
though.
I
We
love it.
don't get an ending theme. We get a "You're not done" theme. Nick, you did. Nice timing. Don't think this is the end. I love this portrait of Twin Rova right here. Reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country.
Mm-hmm.
So, though we saved Din, the flame was lit. Twin Rova succeeded in their mission. But now we get a really cool credits theme anyway. And for what will become obvious reasons, I need to save state here. I love this credits theme.
Yeah, this version's nice.
Yeah, differentiated mostly by that
By that end of the
harmony voice.
second 8, yeah. Right here, right?
Ooh. Yeah, we're actually finished early tonight. We could flip over to something else.
Yeah, what do you all want to do?
We could do Horus, but I'm almost tempted to just play a round of Jackbox and call it, because
I
this
was
is not
gonna
a lot
say,
of time to dig into
Not
Horus.
mine.
That would be fine with me. I have to be up super early in the morning, so I would love to just do some Jackpot, because we were just talking about it and everybody
Yeah,
wants to
it's
do
like
it,
fresh
so-
on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Which means, Devin, you need to stick around. Radio plug.
I just have to get my password and then we'll be done. We'll listen to the credits music too.
Sounds good.
As an aside, my dream remake right now, this was asked as an MSU social prompt a couple days ago, and I forgot to answer it. So if any students happen to be lurking, I want a remake of both of these Oracle games using the new Link's Awakening engine on the Switch, and I want that very badly.
100%. That would be so good.
Let's see that.
My dream remake would be Star Tropics.
That's number 2 for me, absolutely. Both games.
I friggin' love Star Tropics.
You all know that I would love a remaster of Faxinadu.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I would love that.
that would be
I would love
amazing.
that. I would love that so much.
Radio plug with both sets of remakes, Star Tropics and Oracle. I think today you'd have to sell them as one package. Like, $60 gets you both Star Tropics games or both Oracle games.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, it's like we're the same person, because Siphon Filter. 100%. I would go for Siphon Filter.
So,
I'm medieval, honestly.
check this out. We will not do this right now. But now we have it here. For probably a couple months from now, we might do Oracle of Ages. I want to take a little break from Zelda. Right? We just did a Zelda presentation. We've done this for 3 weeks. I'm ready to leave Zelda aside for a little while, but I definitely want to do Ages and finish this off to see what happens with Twin Rova.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, to be continued in Oracle of Ages. Right?
nice.
But I want to do something cool. For the first and only time that I can think of in a Zelda title, there's a post-game. Look, Din is with us now. And if we load the game and go into town, it's springtime like it's supposed to be. Oh, not her. She's not new. But let's find wherever Din is supposed to be. Here she is. Impa received a letter from a homing pigeon and immediately traveled on to Labrina in haste, which is Oracle of Ages' plotline. And everybody realizes that, like, Holodrum is fine now. Everything is great. There are various places, one of which I think is here, that open up now. This was not here before, until the post-game. In Oracle of Ages, you'll find a clue that tells you to come visit this guy, and if you give him the right password, he'll give you something. Like a super massive upgrade. And Feror, inside the tree... Let's go visit that very quickly, and we close this out. Kieran, this is like cool high-tech stuff for the Game Boy Color, by the way. If you go visit Feror at this point inside the tree, if you know any secrets, once you give the old man the password, the old man will give you his own password back. You tell it to Feror. Here's your password over to Oracle of Ages again, in case you missed it in the credits. And the book will contain every separate password and upgrade that you can get for playing in a linked title. There's like 12 upgrades to get that you don't have unless you're on part 2, including the Master Sword itself. Anyway, it's just a really cool set of titles. And I'm really glad that you all hung out with me while we played this first half of it.
So fun.
They revisit this idea much later in a different franchise. And it's a Nintendo second-party studio, and I would love to play it on stream, but it's a 5-week ask, and that's not been a thing for Season 4 for us, since FF7. The Golden Sun games on Game Boy Advance are an incredibly well done... I'm going to close RetroArch and load up Jackbox while I'm talking so we have time to play. They are an incredibly fun, traditional Aristotelian 4 elements Japanese role-playing game. And it's an incredibly well done one, but it's one of those. Except that the first cartridge ends after the second element shrine, and they're like, go get the second cartridge. That's disc 2. Pay another $40. The story's not done. Go. And unless you play through both games, and each of those... The first game is like a 20-hour Game Boy Advance title, and the second one is a 45-hour, jam-packed, humongous Game Boy Advance cartridge that requires you to import everything. And all of the Golden Sun 1 characters at some point become playable in Golden Sun 2, if and only if you import all the data.
That's pretty cool.
Alright, Jackbox.
Jackbox?
J, I can spell. Okay. Let's just do 1, maybe 2 rounds of Quiplash 3, and then we'll move on from the stream for the night.
Yeah.
Addie and I have...
Are we watching in Discord, or...?
Yeah, I can bounce it to you in Discord. Hold on.
Okay.
There you go. It's on Discord for my co-hosts.
Sweet.
Oh, it needs to be on the stream, though. I'm a jerk. Hold on.
So picky.
There we go. And if anybody has not played Golden Sun, by the way, it really is one of the all-time greats. It does, and I probably need to write about it now that I've said that, for Dana and Lisa, because it is the first game that's clearly looking backwards at a previous golden age of the Super Nintendo and trying desperately to recapture the moment that Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger had.
Yeah.
And is it pompous to cite my own dissertation on that at some point?
No.
No? You should always cite yourself.
Sometimes it's better shorthand, because otherwise you have to restate a bunch of stuff you've already written, you know?
Yeah. In any case, Golden Sun makes use of a lot of tropes that the Super Nintendo stuff starts. Code is on the stream,
Okay.
so hop in.
Be Cactuar.
I will be the star, of course.
I like the moon character too a lot.
The moon is very good
And
as
the-
well.
And the yellow one that Brohannes is also adorable. The little like flippy hair.
Yes, for sure. Do we have anybody else who wants to play? I haven't been following how many people are even watching us right now. Because as I mentioned, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
We have 12, so we definitely have space for 2 more.
Alright, Karen's our starter. So Karen, you want to count us down for people who are going to be last chance here, unless somebody speaks up?
All right, last chance, folks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, bonk.
Hooray!
Hello, this is Quiplash 3, the final failure. I'm Schmitty, and I'll take the shaking of your fists as
There's a new
sign that you
Jackbox
are
coming out in
somebody.
October again, by the way. They just keep cranking these out.
If you're in the audience.
Yeah,
Type in
seriously?
that room code to join. Ready for round 1? You'll answer 2 prompts on your device in any way you want, and then each of your responses will square off against someone else's. The remaining players vote on their favorite. Easy, right? You'll rake in the points based on the percentage of people who dig your response. Got it? Great.
My birthday's in October as well, Radio Plug.
That's a pretty good birthday present, is Jackbox games.
This is so stupid. I just made myself laugh.
That's probably good.
I don't know what made me think of it. Oh, I love it. Ah, that's why Andrew didn't join. Andrew, you can always try to audience it for this round.
Time's winding down. Use a safety quip if you have to.
Ooh, just barely made it. Okay. Oh, no, no. Da Vinci. Oh, there we go. Good. Good job.
Let's take a peek,
Ooh.
shall we?
I think my internet was also being a little weird too. This is
And
very
first prompt is
weird on Discord.
the worst restaurant, blank hut. Pick a winner.
Both good.
I feel like Jabba the Hutt probably had a decent restaurant, though. Right? Like, he entertains gangsters and the rich, powerful crime lords of the world. I mean, I agree, I wouldn't want to eat him, if that's...
This makes me think of Spaceballs. Pizza the Hut! Nice.
The Smut Hut. I was taking too long trying to make an Emperor's New Groove restaurant reference that nobody was gonna
The
get.
name of a summer camp for extremely
It'd be very
shy
sad.
children.
If Joe were here, he would get it. It's one of his faves. Extremely
All
shy
right, people,
children.
it's voting time.
I wanted it to be Mudka's Meat Hut, home of the mug of meat. But it wasn't gonna fit.
Yeah,
No, yeah, you can't fit that.
good though.
But it's like, unless you've watched Emperor's New Groove, you're not gonna get it.
And now, an appropriate pickup line.
Oh, I wish I had gotten this question.
Right?
And now, pick your favorite.
I'm moving away.
Wow. What church do either of you people go to?
I remember at once, I've told this story to Dana and Karen before, but I don't think I've told it on stream. I was once sitting in church. It was a conservative LCMS church where they read the whole "Please forgive us our lecherous sins," and this is a big list of like terrible things you've done. And I was sitting next to a sorority girl at the time, and she just leaned over and whispered to me, "Is it just me, or are you really turned on right now?" Right at the end of that big list of naughty things.
Blank stuck in your
Oh,
sink.
jeez.
Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
Wow. Have we all eaten something strange before bedtime? Because I feel like that's where we are.
Ice Cube the actor.
I love it.
I like the specificity. This was the one that made me giggle to myself.
That was really cute.
All right, check this out.
I must just be hitting a loopy point in the night.
Twice in
Yeah,
the
I
same
think it's
time.
about that time.
I'm not gonna cry.
Now it's time to vote for your favorite.
Oh man.
That was a safety clip.
Wow.
That's a good safety quip, actually.
I wish I could take any credit for that. That was a total gimme because the internet was being
Let's see how
fussy,
they
and I ran out of time.
A bribe?
Thanks, safety
Is
quip.
it a bribe to give a federal judge blank? Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip. Round one is but a memory. Let's see those scores.
As usual, Karen is
Okay,
crushing it.
round two is knocking on the
Yep.
door.
Hey, look,
Prompts
I
are
cannot
little
take
more
credit. That was a
challenging,
safety
so
quip.
The points are doubled.
Okay.
Oh, there's two questions. Rats.
Time's running out. Okay, let's see what you've wrought. how about we start with... What's the least helpful thing you can do while helping someone defuse a bomb? All right, vote.
By the way, if anybody needs an absolutely terrible television show to watch, I highly recommend Season 2 of The Circle. You don't need to watch Season 1 first. It's a stupid reality show. And it's great. You just see just a ton of terrible people.
One amendment you would add to the US
I'm really looking forward to it,
Constitution.
but I have to have a watch party with some work colleagues for it.
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Oh man, both serious takes right here.
Yeah.
Also, I love that on this stream, like, there's nothing about gun control or universal health care as a human right. It's just music
Right.
related, right?
Yep.
Moving right along. A cautionary road sign no one would ignore. All right, vote for the one you like best.
Those are so good.
Weird random aside to this. I was just talking with Addie earlier today. My favorite part about Lafayette, where I pretty much hated, but we lived previously before Michigan, was there was one stretch of road that had a goose crossing sign that goose families used. Like, they knew where to put the sign, and the geese families somehow knew to go to that sign and then cross the road. It was fantastic.
Wow, I love that.
All right, choose your favorite.
Oh, I hate that that rhymes. Kudos, but oh god.
Let's keep it going. What tattoo will actually help you in an interview for a programmer job? Okay, choose your favorite.
Somebody should have put a QR code. I love the idea.
Yeah.
Next up. What's behind the locked door the real estate agent refuses to show you? Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
What is half a toilet? Like, you just have a urinal in there?
I will explain that.
Oh, good. Story time.
I've only been in one residential home with a urinal.
That actually happened to me once, sort of.
There was a half toilet? You're gonna have to
So-
unpack that.
Two is history.
I
Let's
will.
see how it'll be remembered.
Is there time at this moment?
Yeah, well, we all solved the next problem, I think there is.
All right. So basically, I was a real estate agent for a little while, and I had to show a house once.
Where all
And
roads
the people who
lead.
had built
Each
this
of you
house.
will be sent a prompt that requires
Sorry, I don't know if anybody needs these
3
instructions.
separate responses. Make me proud.
3 separate responses. Anyway, so the people who built this house had tried to fit the toilet into this very small bathroom, and the only way that they could make it happen is by literally walling in the top of the toilet tank. So if anything ever broke in your toilet, you would never be able to lift the lid of the tank
Oh
and
no.
get inside it. It was literally embedded in the wall, so it looked like the toilet was coming out of the wall.
Yikes,
And I
no.
was looking at it being like, who thought this was a good idea? You can't get to it. And it literally it looked like half a toilet in the bathroom. So that's where that came from.
Time's almost up. Hurry. Okay, it's thrip time. 3 things you can say to immediately get everyone's attention.
Oh, I needed that one.
Time to pick the one you like best.
Is that true? I really want to look that up now.
Think about it. The theme is da 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 da.
Yeah, it's true.
It's been haunting me ever since I first played the game.
Three things you can wear to a business meeting to show you deserve respect.
Yes. I have a Mega Man Infinity scarf. Is somebody referencing my scarf?
I really thought that was you, Dana. Like, I thought
so too.
I literally have this outfit.
Yeah.
And I have worn it.
I was gonna say, I have seen you in that exact outfit.
I was actually thinking of moving some of my video game clothing down here, so it's like I can just grab stuff when I'm streaming.
Nice. An entire toilet.
Yes, you were pandering to me and it worked.
All right, people, it's voting time.
Entire toilet. Ah. Also, I love how cheese and entire toilet like kind of go together.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so good. I like that this one doesn't just have everybody all in. Something about those rounds is always exhausting in the original Flash.
I agree.
Woo! I'm so glad my toilet story got some traction.
Yeah.
You did it. Now let's see those final scores.
That was a funny moment.
Ooh.
Boom!
Boom.
Boom, it's Karen!
Whoa.
Surprised. Karen often
Look,
kills.
look.
Yeah, I'm
that-
zero surprised.
Part of that wasn't even me.
Well, do we do one more so that Andrew and Kate can jump in?
I could do one more.
I could do one more.
Such surprise.
I'm doing a online conference on medievalisms. It's a grad school conference. None of it has to do with music at all, which actually has me kind of grumpy. And it starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. But the first panel doesn't have anything to do with me, so I'm good.
All right, I'm in. All right, we're waiting on Kate
little
too.
bang.
Is that right?
I think so. At least I thought from last time.
Kate? Woo!
There we go. A whole full house. Here we go. By the way,
Yeah.
Elizabeth, I can look to my left and see it now that I'm not playing the game, Zelda anyway. It's 491 followers on the stream.
Wow.
Nice.
And of that,
Amazing.
5 subscribers. Which is folks who pay us monthly to do this. Because y'all are awesome.
Well, hello. You've stumbled upon Quiplash
I'm gonna
3.
eat a cookie.
$5.99 a minute. Some call me Schmitty, but that's the doctor's name. I'm Schmitty's monster. Ready or not, it's round 1. You get points based on the percentage of people who choose your answer. Off we go. You're almost out of time.
I think I want to send a tweet of the Ice Cube, the actor. That one made me lol.
I hope you didn't embarrass yourself.
Me too.
Yes, same here.
First in line,
I feel that,
the
Schmitty.
best part about living in a sewer. Okay, choose a way.
The Ninja Turtles leave out.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a good perk.
I loved the choir that came in there. Oh.
Yeah.
Next on the
Wordless voice.
docket, nobody would greenlight a kids game show called Where in the World is Blank? Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
Okay.
And next, little known fact, Guns N' Roses used to be
Guns
called
N' Roses and-
Roses and Blank. All right, choose your favorite.
I'm glad I'm much appreciated.
By the way, I just got reached out to by somebody super awesome across the Atlantic. A week from today in the morning, me and Alex Humphreys, who is a Welsh news person for the
Too
BBC,
many blank.
are just going to hang out on Twitter and talk game audio for like half an hour or so. Mostly so she can check out her new super Twitter moment hosting powers. But
Nice.
keep your ear to the ground for that, and just if you see us online, pop in and say hi.
I still voted for Bits.
Yeah, it works really well because bits is the currency on Twitch, right?
Next one up.
And I'm
Yeah.
actually out right now. I need to top up here pretty soon.
Nobody wants to see would be devoted to blank.
Oh,
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
strange things I found in the litter box. Feels like a Karen talking, subtweeting Stan here a little bit.
Stan just looked at you and he's mortally offended.
I can't remember who I gave my last bits away to. It was either Tiggs or Annie Rosen. But some cool VGM singer woman who's awesome, and I forget which of them was on last that got my last little set of bits. Last person I gave anything to on Twitch, though, is a person from Dana's hometown, or at least the Cleveland area. I don't actually know where he lives. No, Bobby, the Blacktastic.
Oh, Blacktastic is amazing.
He was playing Mega Man X4 on a hitbox today. It was so badass.
It's amazing. Yeah, really, really talented speedrunner.
Yeah, I talk that I'm good. If you want to see somebody who's legitimately excellent at games, just makes me look like trash, you go to twitch.tv/theblacktastic. And Bobby's great.
Florida Man or Pete Smucker. We gotta screenshot this for him.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
I mean, this game does let you share them at the end.
Yes, I'll be doing that.
Florida Man or Pete Smucker. If only he was here to see it.
He'll see it after the fact and be delighted.
Yeah.
In the White House.
A lot of weddings he has to go to.
Okay, choose your favorite.
The sound of aviators being equipped is amazing, but I have to go with the reference to Karen's toilet. Just saw the Black Panther comment. Oh man.
By the way, the ballot for AMS council reps, I think, just went live.
Yeah. It's a good group of folks.
Yes.
Some tough choices in there, but also some really easy ones. They were great.
I wanted to give a shout out to Imani Mosley, who I think...
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Radio Plug, for beating me to the punch there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Money.
There's some great folks like Stefan Honish is in there.
Oh yeah.
I
haven't looked yet. That's amazing.
Lauren Ludwig is in there. It would be nice to have some more independent scholars outside the academy. Should be cool. I'm trying to remember who else I remember seeing. Oh, I'm totally blanking. Oh, I think it was like Jackie Avila is in there. Chris Campo Bowen.
We'll just make it known in as many spaces as possible that there's nothing more I want than to get onto AMS Council. or just get like nominated to do things in the AMS. I really, really want to get involved. As one of those independent scholars who's likely to remain somewhat independent. So anytime anything comes up that y'all think I might be a fit for, feel free to wholeheartedly nominate me.
Yeah, Lauren's independent. He's a full-time performer researcher.
Nice.
Thing about dating a bearded man.
I love the term Altac. I know some people don't like it, but I like calling myself Altac. Ugh. Oh, beard oil is actually lovely. Joe has one that smells like bergamot. And it's so wonderful. I don't know. Maybe for the person that has the beard oil's annoying.
All right,
but
check this out. A code name a nervous spy would give himself on his first mission. All right, vote for the one you like best.
Charles Carmichael.
There's a game that I've been meaning to pick up for a while on Steam called Medieval Steve, and I just want to play that.
Yeah.
Is Charles Carmichael a Chuck reference?
Next one up. The
Wasn't that
least
Chuck?
convincing
Yeah.
excuse
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that hickey. And now pick your favorite.
Not playing. Well, viola players don't practice enough to get hickeys, right? I don't know. I'm trying to go for a viola joke here.
I love that both people went for this.
Yeah. Man, I hated the dick
Next
measuring of
To get
people with
past
their
the
violin
internet
hickeys.
troll
That was one of my
with this
least
bridge, you
favorite
must answer
elements
this
of
riddle.
conservatory. Like, it's a badge of honor to have sometimes pretty awful violin hickeys. Some of them callous pretty badly and they'd have like hard spots. I'm like, why are you proud of that? That's so gross.
See, I was never encouraged to practice that much because as a vocalist, you can wear yourself out to the point you can't do it anymore.
Right.
So you have to learn to practice efficiently, not
There's probably
often,
a
if that
Google
makes
Earth
sense.
picture of this player that catches
I mean, that
them.
said, I mean, we're still talking multiple hours a day.
All right,
Wait,
people, it's voting time.
There's a Google
Oh,
picture
Casey,
of
like
me
Kansas
that
City,
catches
maybe?
me barbecue ribs.
I mean, Kansas City is known for having barbecue, so.
Yeah, I know, but it's about me.
Yeah.
That catches them barbecue ribs.
Yeah, I think all instruments should learn to practice efficiently and not make it about how much time, because, I mean, plenty of violinists injure
Let's see how
themselves
they
trying to
handle
do too much. It's a big problem in the
Way to
conservatory
start an
world.
apology.
And there's so much pressure to be like, oh, look at me, I'm practicing 6 hours a day. Like, it doesn't mean anything, you know? You could be practicing very inefficiently for 6 hours.
One of my favorite quotes about basically all industries, but especially musicians, comes from Tommy Tallarico, and it's the musician who practices for 8 hours a day or for 10 hours a day
The best perk
is
of
great,
being
but the
an
musician who
opponent.
practices for 4 or 5 hours a day and networks gets paid.
Now it gets real.
That's true.
Pick your favorite.
It's so true. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really liked Hey Dingus. Andrew, if you typically start apologies with both of those, then maybe that tells you something about the effectiveness of your apologies.
Without further ado,
I like Dingus.
a good sign.
Hey, Dingus.
Slowly turning into a squirrel.
Oh, I like this prompt.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite.
Woo!
That was really good. Oh god, it's starting.
Now that you've laid waste to round 2, let's survey the damage.
Speaking of which, Nuts, the game about watching squirrels, is on sale right now. If anybody saw it, us stream that a couple months ago and wants it,
Nice.
it's cheap right now.
Oh my gosh. Evan Ware just retweeted a tweet from what is now my favorite Twitter account, which is Swear
I'll be
Trek.
sending each of you a prompt
Nice.
that needs
It takes like moments from Star Trek and replaces the dialogue with swears. It's so good. Such good subtitles.
Happy with that answer.
Let's see what you've done.
What have I done?
The 3 things every good orgy has. Decisions. Choose your favorite.
These are on such opposite ends of the spectrum.
I want to know why squirrels.
Wait, who else is going to eat the peanut butter, Ryan?
I like the trying to have the alliteration and have the C in front of snacks. Snacks.
Snacks. Like, chick sent me high.
Yes.
What is the world's saddest 3 words?
Ooh, 3 words. Man, you gotta beat Hemingway.
All right, choose your favorite. The 3 golden rules of the trampoline gym.
Stanley.
No double bouncing.
Choose your favorite.
Who's a community fan?
It's true, you do have to sign a ton of waivers to go to those.
I've never been to one, but they always seem fun. Actually, a friend of mine, part of her bachelorette party was at one of those places, and she actually broke her ankle at her bachelorette party.
Yep.
Oh no.
And had to spend most of it hanging out in the hotel room with her foot elevated.
3 things, 1 billion tickets.
It was
will
pretty
get you at the
amazing.
arcade prize
I'll tell you,
pack.
my bachelorette party was also amazing because it was a weekend-long slumber party at my house. You know, hot tub, everything. We went to a shuffleboard bar the one day. We watched movies, we played video games, and because most of it was at the house, we spent very little money. It was so fun.
Nice.
And Jessica Getman came.
That's awesome. Hey, speaking of the hurdy-gurdy, since somebody answered it... Oh, it's Elizabeth. Good job, Elizabeth. Did you all see Robert Komanecki's tweet about the sexy hurdy-gurdy with, the dragon head that was, just
Give me
being
those
played,
final scores.
amazingly?
I did not see the hurdy-gurdy. I saw his "I regret this" tweet, and that it was
No!
what you expect.
Damn,
I
Karen,
just noticed
sweeping the
that your
board
little
here.
character's like a vampire coffin. So cute.
That was not, but I was in next to last place. Bro, I'd actually gotten it for that squirrel thing. That was a good one.
Aw, Andrew, that's so sad. Love it.
Oh, good times. I was a little disappointed that not enough people liked my na knees, Guns N' Roses, but it's okay. There were some much better ones in there than that. Nice
Yeah.
job, everyone. I don't know how I won. That was not expected.
Sorry, Swear Trek is such a good Twitter account. I'm dying.
Nice. Alright, gang. It's late.
It's the best.
We should do
Highly
that
recommend.
again soon.
Yeah, folks, if you sign on to Twitter, remember to DM me prompt ideas. I've already started a list of a few. for video game type silly prompts for a custom quiplash.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the thing.
That sounds good for Nakvagum. All right. I don't know what we're doing next week. Maybe Horus, though, for another week as we slowly make our way through that game, our one long time game, post FF7. But we'll be back doing something next week. See you guys then.
Sounds good.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Night.